Welcome to the e-learning platform by Science Park. Today we are going to cover the part 4 of Earth and Solar System from 5th standard. So let's see what are the topics we are going to cover in this video. So we're going to see life beyond Earth. Well, life in International Space Station. And astronauts from India. Wow, this is going to be an interesting topic. Well, have you ever wondered how life is beyond Earth? Can people go out there? Are there any people beyond Earth? Well, let's see a video clip now.
Hello, I'm Sunita Williams. I'm up here on the International Space Station. So this is Node 2. This is a really cool module. Of course, most of these modules you'll see they have 4 sides and they're put together. That way we could sort of work on a flat plane, either a wall, a floor, another wall, or the ceiling. But you know, again, all you have to do is turn yourself and your reference changes. The reason I'm bringing that up is because this is where 4 out of 6 of us sleep. And so people always ask about sleeping in space. Do you lie down? Are you in a bed? Not really, because it doesn't matter. You don't really have the sensation of lying down. You just sit in your sleeping bag. So here's one sleep station right here. I'm going in right now. You can follow me if you want. So I'm inside. It's sort of like a little phone booth, but it's pretty comfy. I've got a sleeping bag right here that we sleep in, so we don't have sort of like a little bit of a cover. We don't fly all over the place. But you know, you can sleep in any orientation. I have it sleeping, feeling like I'm standing up right now, but like you saw, I'm on the floor. But it doesn't matter if I turn over and I sleep upside down. I don't have any sensation in my head that tells me that I'm upside down, so it really doesn't matter. The sleep station is also like a little office. We've got a computer in here. As you can see, we've got a couple little toys. I've got some books. I've got some clothes and other things that make it sort of like home. I'm coming out. And just for reference, that's one sleep station. This one's another, right here. There's one on the ceiling, if you want to call it, right here. And then there's a 4th on the other wall over here. So all of us sleep in a little bit of a circle. I know that there's some questions about how to use the bathroom and how do you actually live in space like normal, like at home. I mentioned real quickly about getting up in the morning and brushing your teeth and washing your face. Well, how do you do that? Well, here is the bathroom, essentially. You get up in the morning, and we have a little kit, and it has all the essential things that you need, like your toothbrush and toothpaste and brush. See how much better the brush makes my hair look? I'm just joking. It still stands up straight. It doesn't matter where you are. It's always going to stand up straight while you're up in space. A lot of people ask about toothbrush and toothpaste. So, luckily enough, toothpaste, you can do it upside right this way, is sticky, and so it sticks to your toothbrush. No problem. Another cool thing is that water sticks to your toothbrush, too. If you can see it. I'll have some water come out. And water is pretty neat up in space. It'll stick to your toothbrush, and it will make a big bubble. And that's just by surface tension. And then you can drink it. So a lot of people ask about what do you do with the toothpaste after you brush your teeth. Two options. swallow it, and it's sort of like mouthwash, but it tastes a little gross. Or you can just spit it out in a paper towel, and then you don't have to worry about it. Swallowing thing I wouldn't recommend at home. I'm only up here for 4 months, so it's not that bad. Here's a pretty cool place. This is sort of like in your house where everybody meets in the morning. After you wash your face, brush your teeth, you want to find something for breakfast. And this is our kitchen. You might notice there's all sorts of foods here. It's like opening the refrigerator. You got all your different stuff that you want to have: drinks, meats, eggs, vegetables, cereals, bread, snacks. And that's a good place. That's where you find all the candy. Side dishes, and then some little power bars just in case. So we have all this type of food. Some of it is dehydrated, and so we have to hydrate it, fill it up with water. Some of it is already made, and then all we have to do is heat it up. So something like this, I'm pulling out barbecued beef brisket. Pretty yummy. Not only is this food made in the U.S., but we also have food here from Japan. We've got Russian food. As you can see, all these red containers are filled with food that's from Russia. And then we get some of our specialty stuff, some things that we like, some of our favorite stuff that your family can send up. In fact, I like fluffernutters, and so I got sent up some fluff so I could make my fluffernutter with peanut butter. So you have a lot of food up here, no problem. Right behind me is actually the hatch that you go out into space. And right now we have it filled up with a couple other spacesuits because we've got 4 of them up here and some of our tools. But right behind here is the hatch in which you actually go right outside into the vacuum of space. The spacesuit is pretty big, as you can see. It's like being a football player. Part of the reason it's so big and bulky is because of this backside, this backpack. It's like going on a hike with a backpack, but the backpack and the suit weighs about 300 pounds. Luckily in space, nothing really weighs anything, so you don't feel that it's so heavy. But we need to have such a big suit because that guy back there is essentially the heart of the spacecraft. I call this actually a spacecraft. It has all the oxygen for you. It has all the carbon dioxide removal system for you. It also has a heating and cooling system to make sure to regulate our body temperatures while we're outside. It also has a computer, so it tells you on a display here if there's anything that's going wrong with the suit, if we're running out of oxygen, if we have too much carbon dioxide, or any type of electrical problem. So it's a pretty awesome little spacecraft, and actually got to go out, use my little spacecraft a couple times, and it worked like a charm. Lucky that it works very nice. You might want to see what the helmet looks like. It's pretty cool too. We don't usually go out like this, so you usually can see when the helmet's open. So you can see what it looks like inside. Somebody's little head would be inside of here. So you can see, you can turn your head all the way around while you're inside of there, but the helmet stays still. So that's determines how far you could see. And it's usually pretty sunny out there, so we have to wear our sunglasses, and this is our sunglasses right here, which make. So other questions that were here are, what would you recommend as a job, and to what type of person would want to be an astronaut? I think people who would like to explore, of course people who like math and science. That's what this is all about. We have people in the office who are doctors, teachers, veterinarians, engineers, pilots. So all sorts of people become astronauts, and I think if you see, it's just sort of cool. So I think people who like to do a little adventure and like to do cool stuff probably usually become astronauts. Or if you want, you can go jump into the hole. I'm coming down. Woo! Then you can come right back up again, like Superman. Woo! We're lucky we have a really cool big space station that you can fly around in. That's actually called the PMM. You might have saw it out the window. It's a big silver canister. What's really great about that is it's essentially our closet in our pantry or whatever you want to call it. We have extra food down there. We have extra clothes. We actually throw the trash out down there. So it's nice and organized, and we have all of our stuff that we need while we're working in all these other modules all stowed in this location down here.
Well, well, well. Who is she? Yes, she is Sunita Williams, an astronaut. Where is she? Well, she is beyond Earth, that is, in space. Yes. But what is she doing there? Is she alone? How did she went up there? What was she doing there? Oh my. Too many questions. Ah. Well, now we will see some astronauts from Indian origin. So friends, do you know what astronaut is? An astronaut is a person who goes out in the space to study something. Yes. So he is Rakesh Sharma. He's the first person from India or Indian origin to go in space. He went there as a research cosmonaut. Friends, do you know that Rakesh Sharma was an officer in Indian Air Force? Yes. He was there in space for 7 days, 21 hours and 40 minutes. And he went there in the year 1984. Now friends, he went to Salyut 7. It is a space station. Just like a station in your city. It is in the space. It is moving around the earth. Now friends, he is Ravish Malhotra. Actually, he didn't went up in the space, but he was trained to be an astronaut as a backup for Rakesh Sharma as a research cosmonaut. He was fully trained to be an astronaut. Now who is she, friends? Yes, she is Kalpana Chawla. She went there as a mission specialist. Now she went there with NASA, an organization of United States of America. She is of Indian origin. She was there in space for 31 days, 14 hours and 54 minutes. That's too much of time. She went there twice. Once in the year 1997 and again in 2003 in low Earth orbit. But friends, unfortunately, while coming back to Earth, she and her crew had an accident, and in that accident they all died. And friends, she is Sunita Williams, the same astronaut which we saw in the clip earlier. So she went up there as a mission specialist right to the commander of a mission or a station. She was there for around 321 days. That is a lot of time. She went there up in the year 2006, 2007 and again in the year 2012. She was there in low Earth orbit as well as in the International Space Station. And my dear friends, the clip you saw earlier was from the International Space Station. And she was commanding that time. And she told you about the things they do there, the daily routine which they do there, how they do there. It's a bit difficult up there. We will see that in the coming lectures. So friends, let's summarize what we have learned today. We have seen how people live beyond Earth. And in that we have seen the astronaut Sunita Williams in International Space Station. And we have also seen a few astronauts from India, right from Rakesh Sharma to Sunita Williams. Now friends, here are some questions that you can answer. So you can pause the video here, you can note down the questions, you can write the answers, you can send the answers via email, or you can write them in the comments below. Thank you.